Hi, my name is Glenn Morris Jr. Thank you for showing up to learn about the adventure that is my life. I'll jump right in. I was born and raised in Milford to a large family. My father had 8 brothers and sisters. My mother had 6 brothers and sisters. Most of them had kids, 2 to 4 kids. Most of them have had 2 to 4 kids. So if you're doing the math, that's a lot of cousins. When I was 12, I was diagnosed as a diabetic, and that had a real impact on my life. I was a very twitchy child, very nervous, very stressed, and at that point I just decided to live my life how I wanted to live it. Since then I've been a very laid-back person. I just take life as it comes. I love to read, I love the movies, love doing pretty much anything outside. I found out I'm a collector. I collect little things like Pez dispensers, coins, pop figures, which are these things. Got Rex, and then I've got Slimer from Ghostbusters and Stitch. I found out in the last year that I have ADD, which, looking back at hindsight's 2020, that's kind of ruled my whole life. I'm very eclectic, one thing to the other. I started working when I was 15. I started working at the Milford Diner, and I worked there for about 8 years, and I've been working ever since. I've worked a few different jobs over the years. I've worked as a mason's laborer. I've been a security guard, parts manager for a body shop. I've sold cars. I've sold travel trailers. I've built pole buildings. The most consistent thing I've done over the last 21 years is I've been an emergency medical technician. I did that for the first 7 or 8 years. I was mainly emergency. The last 13 years or so, it's been non-emergency mostly. For private ambulance companies, we do transports back and forth from the ER to the nursing homes, or to doctor's appointments from the nursing homes, or from private residences to doctor's appointments, the emergency room to private residences, hospital to hospital transports. For say an emergency pregnancy, we take them up to Christiana. I'm getting out of this for a few different reasons. I'm going into communications. I'd like to be a public relations specialist when I grow up. I'd like to not be broken by the time I'm 50. I'm not getting any younger, and my patients aren't getting any lighter. So the pay and the benefits, they're okay, but they're not the greatest. They're certainly not equal to 2 weddings, which brings me right back to my family. I was married in 2000. I have 2 beautiful daughters. I have Sienna, who is 11, and I have Emerald, who is 15. It would kill me if she knew I was showing you her picture. They've been the center of my universe. My wife and my 2 kids, they've ruled my world. Everything I've done in the last 15 years, I've tried to do for them. In the last year, me and my wife were split up. I moved out just before the semester started, last semester. So that was an adventure, a learning period. We're both working at restructuring our lives and trying to keep some normalcy for the kids. They continue to live with their mother, even though I miss them terribly, and just terribly. But that's the best thing for them. She's been a stay-at-home mother for 15 years, so she knows their patterns, their ins, their outs, and she knows how best to take care of them. I've been working and mainly just working, but I could see them, so I try to see them as much as I can. Like I said, I miss them terribly, but we're muddling through. And that's pretty much my life in a small, tiny nutshell. There's a lot more, but that's a whole other speech. Thank you all for coming. I hope it didn't bore you to tears. And thank you for watching, and any feedback